I have received a question about how to create threads in a water bottle cap like this one, the red one. We see that there are 3 threads, but they are in different positions. So if you're using the thread feature, like in the blue cap here, if I select the thread here, I'm not able to move it or copy it or rotate it because tribal is not active. You cannot activate tribal when using thread feature. So to create threads like these, you have to use another feature, and that's 3D curves. So I will show you how you can do it. So this is one way of doing it. I will go to my scene here, a clean cap. And first of all, we have to check the diameter of the inside of the cap. In my case, it is 27.3 millimeters. So I need to know that when I'm creating the 3D curve. So I come up here to 3D curve tab, activate 3D curve, and I will use helix. And I will click here at the bottom of the cap. And I will use helix by coils and pitch. Coils will be 0.5 and pitch in this case will be 9. And the base radius, well, the diameter is 27.3. So if I divide it by 2 and press tab, I will have the radius. Then I click OK. And we have the 3D curve here. I click OK up here as well. So now I select the 3D curve or the helix, turn on the tribal, but I have to move the tribal to the center of the helix here. So I unlock the tribal, right click the square handle to center point of the 3D curve, select it like so. Then I will make sure that the tribal is also oriented to global. So right click and click here. So it will be pointing perpendicular to the bottom of the cap. Then I lock the tribal, then right click the square handle to center point of the cap, and then I will move it up a bit. So now we have the 3D curve here, and I will also rotate it in this direction so it will be easier to see the curve from this view. Move it down a bit. So now when the 3D curve is in place, I can create the section or the profile of the thread. So because I will use the sweep feature after I have created the section for the thread. So I will use a sketch. Make sure that it's a 2D shape. So I click here, and well, I will go back to cancel. I click here because I want to be sure that I can select point option, because I want to select the end point of the 3D curve so that the grid will be pointing perpendicular to the helix or the 3D curve. Now I come over here to select hide all, so it will be easier to draw the profile. W to look at. Then right click, choose a 2D or a 2-point line. Start here at the origin, drag perpendicular up. Right click, that will be 1.4. Then find the midpoint of this line. Drag the line perpendicular to the first one in this direction. Right click, that will be 0.6. Then press escape, and I will use a center radius circle. Click here at the end point. Right click, that will be 0.3. Then press escape again, right click and choose a 2-point line. Begin here at this end point, and then I will drag the line and touch the circle so that we see this tangent constraint. I do the same here, like so. And then I go to trim and trim all the lines like so that we have a clean profile. Then I click finish, and now we have the profile inside here. Let's see now, like so. Now I can go go to Feature and Sweep, select the part, the cap, and section is already selected, but I will change the path. Right click, clear, make sure that I select the box so that text is red. Now I can select the 3D curve, and the section will now be swept along that 3D curve. So I click OK. So there we have the thread. But we have to create an ending of the thread as well. But first I will select this 3D curve and press K to suppress it, and also this profile to suppress it. To create an ending, I will use a sketch and click here, 2D shape, select the point here on top of the grid or the thread, select display all. I have to rotate the grid 90 degrees, so I will rotate it in this direction, like so. Then I use the polyline, and I will begin at the origin, drag along the y-axis, right-click, type 0.5. Now I will go back to this endpoint, press and hold the left mouse button, drag in this direction, and I hopefully get an arc like so. But you can also use a 2-point arc as well, but this is one way of doing it. And then I move the cursor to this edge to snap to it, and then move along the edge until I come to 2 millimeters, like so. Then I press Escape to exit the command, and then click Finish. So now I can use the Sweep feature again, select the cap. The section will be this one. The guide curve, I will clear that and select this one instead. And then I click OK, like so. Then I go to this side here. I have to do the same here. Go to Sketch, select a 2D shape, select the point up here, and rotate the grid in this direction 90 degrees. Then I use a 2-point line, begin at the origin, drag along the x-axis, right-click, 0.5, and this time I will use a 2-point arc. Select here, and in this case, sometimes you have to, in this case, perhaps you have to use this side here to get the same result. So I will drag until I come to 2 millimeters, like so. Then I press Escape or OK. Otherwise it will be wrong. So I mean, you have to press OK to finish the shape or the line. Then go to Feature, then Sweep feature, and select the part. And then select the section, this one. Right-click here to clear the path and select this one instead. Okay. So now you have the ending on this one as well. So this is the first thread. So now you have to copy that thread. We have 3 features, sweep features here. Select all of them. Then turn on the tribal, unlock the tribal, select the square handle to move it to the center point of the cap. Then deselect and make sure that it is oriented to global. Now you can lock the tribal to select the axis and right drag inside. First I will cancel. Make sure that this one is at the center of the cap. I don't think it is. I will unlock the tribal, right click to the center point of the cap, like so. Now it is in the center. select the axis, right drag, and copy 360 degrees divided by 3. We need 2 more because we have one already. Okay, like so. So now we have 3 threads in different positions. So this is one way of creating threads in a water bottle cap like this one. So I hope you found it useful.